Hi students, this is the fifth session and last session of this unit. Title of Business Ethics and Corporate Governance. The topic name Ethics of Globalization. So globalization ethics. So first of all, what is globalization? Okay, let's start. So my dear students, in this speak there are many parts and one car also. So basically there is a one difference between accessories and part. Part means compulsory of the product. If product run is the compulsory parts is used to that product. And also accessories is the luxury parts if it is having or not, whatever it is, the product will work properly. And also basically car company, in this picture the car company AMLO is Toyota company, the Toyota company in Japan actually. So Toyota company purchase parts from different countries. See in this pic, tires from another country, lights from one country, wires from one country, engine from one country, and cabinet of the car and is another country. So these are different countries. So different companies spare parts assembled at a place, the company will finish the product, that is called finished good. So one or more countries participated a product in a product, that is called treated as a globalization or multinational companies. Okay, for example in multinational companies and also globalization is the one of the important point. For example, in this example Toyota manufacturing, in this example we are taken Toyota manufacturing. So Toyota manufacturing, the manufacturing of Toyota car contain the parts flow as to factor as. So chassis is made in England, look at here, is from England. Second one, engine is made in Wales, engine from made in Wales. Tires made in Japan, seat belt are made in Czech Republic, headlight are made in France, wires are made in China, but Toyota company in Japan. So this means that five companies of different countries helps to Toyota manufacturing company to manufacture its car at Toyota city in Japan. So that is called globalization. Globalization means so two or more different countries companies help a single one manufacturer company, that is called globalization concept. So first of all, what is globalization? Globalization is a process by which businesses or other organizations develop influence to or start operating on an international scale. So it is a international level business. So a business can done with international level, that is called globalization. So my dear students, so globalization is a process by which businesses or other organization, whatever it is, so develop influence or start operating on an international scale, that is globalization. So it arises from interchanging of world views, products, ideas and other aspect of cultures. So how to the arises from interchange means exchange of world views like products, ideas and other aspects of cultures, and advance in transportation, telecommunication, internet and mobile phones has been the major factors in globalization. The major factors in globalization are transportation, telecommunication, internet, and mobiles, and also automobiles like four wheelers. Okay, this is the globalization. For a types of globalization, three types, majorly globalization three types. First one is economical globalization, second one is culture globalization, third one is political globalization. First one, economic globalization. Economic globalization means one country which is capital rich investors in other country which is poor. So the investors are already developed country. He is in already developed country. He is a invest in other country which is poor or poor country. Okay, one who has better technology sell these to other who lack such technology. That is called economic globalization. Second one is cultural globalization. So Harry Potter, we already know about Harry Potter. Harry Potter is one of the English movie. So worldwide seen this movie already. Okay, so Harry Potter has readers almost all over the world. English movies are seen almost in all countries. Okay, English movies are seen almost in all countries. Western pop music has become popular in developing countries, not a developed country. Okay, next, political globalization. A number of regional organizations like European Union, ASEAN, okay, APEC and SAARC, and multicultural economic organizations such as WTO, World Trade Organization, WTO, have come up in the world. That is called political globalization. These are the types of globalization. Okay, students. Next, key players in globalization. So who are the key players in the globalization? First one, multinational enterprises that carry out their operations overseas. Overseas means out of countries. If you are staying in India, so overseas means other than the Indian countries. Okay, so multinational enterprises that carry out their operations in overseas, that is called one of the key player in globalization. Second one, the World Trade Organization, WTO, through which international trade agreements are negotiated and enforced by law. That is called WTO. So second key player. Then third one, IMF, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. World Bank is the most important key role in the globalization, because of World Bank is regulating the all international banks, all regional banks or central banks in every country. Okay, so the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, which are meant to assist government in achieving development aims by the providing loans for developing their countries. That is the one of the most and important key player. Okay, and last one, national governments who work together to through these international institutions. So first one is, my dear students, multinational enterprises or multinational companies, MNCs. Second one is WTO, World Trade Organization. Third one is World Bank and International Monetary Fund, IMF. And fourth one, national governments. These four people are key players in the globalization. Okay, next one, benefits of globalization. So first of all, what is the key benefits? What are the main benefits? Free trade by reducing trading barriers has made easy import or export of products. Import means so import means purchase from one country to another country. For example, we are in India, so we are purchased from Pakistan, we are purchased from China, we are purchase from Sri Lanka, that is called our imports. And exports, we are sell to another country. India sells to another country, that is exports. That is the imports are exports of products. Economic growth create jobs, make companies more competitive, and lower price for consumers. So that is the benefit of globalization for consumers. So economic growth is the most important, creating jobs and make companies more competitive and lower price for consumers. Next one, providing poor countries or underdeveloped countries through foreign capital and technology with the chance to develop economically by spreading the prosperity. So it is try to underdeveloped country through the technology and capital, foreign capital. So globalization will develop the economically of underdeveloped countries. That is the one of the main important point. Okay, next, consumers have access to products of different countries. Next one, gradually there is a world power that is being created instead of compartmentalized power sectors. Policies are merging and decisions that are being taken are actually beneficial for people all over the world. That is the important point. So it is create world power. Okay, next one, there is more interchange of information between two or more countries. Okay, that is the benefits. And another benefits continuation, each country is learned about culture of the other country. So every country learned about the other country's cultures. For example, in case of any foreigners come to in India, so they are following our culture, like in sarees, women's in case of women's, they are following our country culture like sarees. In case of men coming, they are following our pancha follows. Okay, next, socially we have become more open and tolerant towards each other, and people who live in the other part of the world are not considered aliens. So socially opened, so it is one of the globalization benefit. Okay, next one, speedy travel, mass communication and quick spread of information is possible because of globalization. First one, speedy travel through airlines and mass communication more development in the international level, and quick spread of information. If any information, it's quickly spread through the globalization. That is the important part. Laborers can move country to country. It's the most important point. Laborers or workers can move country to country to market their skills. For example, in Dubai, UAE countries, so more than the 35% of people in Indians only. So more than the 35% of people living in Dubai or Indians. Okay, and in USA, more than the 10% of people living in USA, the people are from Indians. So that is the important. So laborers can move country to country for job purpose towards increase shown their professional skills. Sharing technology with developing nations will help them progress. So technology also development one country to another country. Multinational companies investing in installing plants in other countries provide employment. For the people in those countries, offering, so often getting them out of poverty. So is an important point. So giving employment chance from one country to another country. These are the benefits of globalization. Okay, next one, drawbacks or disadvantages or demerits. Okay, it has made rich richer and the poor poorer. Okay, So globalization will increase the rich to richer and poor to poorer. In case globalization will develop the rich to richer, there is no problem. But in poor to poorer, it is a very problematic because of already developing countries is going to economically backward. That is the important point. So it is one of the drawback. Second one, globalization is supposed to be about free trade where all barriers are eliminated, but there are still many barriers like VAT, value added taxes. So value added taxes will be collected from one country or another countries, whatever it is. So the country rules and regulations, that's why the companies are collected the value added tax. So many countries are followed the value added taxes. That is the important one of the drawback. And also in value added taxes affecting the cascading effect. Cascading effect means a product can the country collect the 2 or more taxes in a single product. That is called value added tax. It's a additional taxes. That is the important. That is one of the main drawback. Next, the biggest problem for developed countries. The biggest problem for developed countries also having some biggest problems. That is job are lost and transferred to lower cost countries. Okay, job are lost and transferred to lower cost countries. Workers in developed countries face pay cut demands from employers who threaten to export goods. This has created a culture of fear for many middle class workers who have played little part in the global game. Large multinational corporations have the ability to exploit this tax havens in other countries to avoid paying taxes. These are the drawbacks. And additional 5 drawbacks of globalization. Multinational corporations are accused of social injustice, unfair working conditions as well as lack of concern of environment. There is no concern or they don't know about protection of environment, mismanagement of national resources and ecological damage. So it is one of the disadvantages. Multinational corporations are gaining more power. Multinational companies are gaining more power or influencing political decisions. They are depending upon the political decisions. So it is one of the important drawback for globalization. Next one, building product overseas in countries like China puts technology at risk of being copied or stolen. So this is one of the key point. So one of the country technology copied from one country to another country. It is one of the key point. Okay, so they are copied one technology to another company technologies. That is one of the drawbacks. So they are not maintain secrecy. If any country not maintain secrecy, the country will decrease the economy compared with other countries. It is also leading to the increment of communicable diseases. So prisoners and adult or child workers are used to work in human conditions. Safety standards are ignored to produce cheap goods because of some common people and middle levels are mainly depending upon the cheap level or best and cheap level goods. So it is not support to cheap level goods. That is one of the drawback. So is globalization good or bad? My dear students, tell me. I have one doubt. Is globalization good or bad for rich and poor people? So I think globalization is good for rich countries and globalization bad for poor countries. Is it right or not? So we can see. So global income is more than $31 trillion. It's a dollar symbol. So more than $31 trillion in a year. But 1.2 billion people of world's population earn less than $1 per day. That is the important point. So it is globalization useful to the rich countries people. Okay, 80% of global population earns only 20%. Entire global population n% to 80% of the people, 80% of the population earning globalization only 20%. The rest of 20% people earn 80% of global income. That is the main key point. So 20% of global income, and within many countries there is a large gap between the rich and the poor. In 2002 there were 364 people per thousand using internet high income countries, while there were only 10 people per 1000 in low income countries. So this is the another point. Next one. So far, almost all of the evidence from the past 3 decades, past 30 years, 1970 to 2000, the period of economic globalization is most rapid accidency shows that is bringing exactly the opposite outcome that its advocates claim. Clearly, poverty and inequality are rapidly accelerating where everywhere on accelerating everywhere on earth. In a 1999 report by the United National Development Program, UNDP, United Nations Development Program, found that inequality between rich and poor within among countries are quickly expanding, and that the global trading and finance system is one of the primary causes. That is the most important. First one, clearly poverty and inequality are rapidly, that is the points. So even the US Central Intelligence Agency CIA confirms the United Nations conclusions, agreeing that globalization brings massive inequality. The benefits of globalization do not reach the poor, says the CIA, and the process of inevitably brings increased globalization, protest and chaos. So Robert Wade of the London School of Economics, right? Global inequality is worsening rapidly. Technology change and financial liberalization result in a disproportionately fast increase in the number of households at the extreme rich and without shrinking the distribution at the poor end. That is the one of the definition given by the economist in 2001, Robert Wade. So do rules laid by IMF and WTO favor the rich nations over the poor nations? The answer is yes. Okay, see my dear students, the US is the largest shareholder with a quite of 18%. Germany, Japan, France, Great Britain and the US combined control about 38%. The disproportionate amount of power held by wealthy countries means that the interests of bankers, investors and corporations from industrialized countries are put above the need of the world's poor majority. So the first Alexander Hamilton. So see here, right side peak is the $10 note. Okay, it's a $10 note. So Alexander Hamilton, January 11, 1975 or 1755 or 1757, exactly don't know his birth, and he is from 1957 to 1804, was the first secretary of treasurer of the US states, okay, United States of America. He is the first secretary of treasurer. So he was founder of the Federalist Party. He is the founder of Federalist Party. He is the first politician party of US states. Okay, so he is the first founder. So it is a globalization useful to the all of the above. So my dear students, these are the concept of globalization in business ethics and corporate governance. First one is ethics of globalization. So manufacturing of Toyota cars example. So what is globalization? So types of globalization, there are three types: economic globalization, cultural globalization, and political globalization. Next one, key players of globalization. First one is key player is so multinational companies. Second one is WTO. Third one is IMF, International Monetary Funds, WTO, World Trade Organization, and fourth one is national governments. So these are the key players in globalization. So many benefits and drawbacks of globalization. So next one is the globalization is support to rich people or richest countries and not supported to poor countries maximum. Okay, so my dear students, these are the concept of globalization. Okay, thank you so much.